Okay, hi everybody. I'm here with another Alliance Conquest video. This time we BWF are matched up against DTK from Kingdom 150. All right, as we begin, we have 74 of us, which is a pretty good turnout, against 52 on the opposite side. So here we go. We've got our countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And off we go. Now let's see what happens here. One of the things I pointed out in my previous video is that a lot of times, and I think it seems like that happened here, I was a little bit slow with the mouse, I guess. We did capture the mother tower, but the other three towers the other team got. And yeah, I think what happens here a lot is that people tend to use the free 50% speed ups for Alliance Conquest when they're first going for a building, and that tends not to work because if the other team uses 75s, guess what? They're going to get the building, and I think that's exactly what happened here. So if you're the one who's taking the building the first time, use those 75s. Don't rely on the free ones. The free speed ups are really useful when you're going to reinforce a building, where cutting it down to the exact second may not be the most important thing. Fives, and if you're going for a building, make sure others know. It didn't happen this time because we're pretty organized here in BWF, but I know a lot of the time somebody tries to be helpful and say, "Oh, I'll do that. I'll jump on a building." If another more powerful player was destined to do that or was assigned to do that in the pre-match preparation, you really want to leave it to them, because it could put you in a much worse position. Here we are now. It's time for the ports. The arrows certainly look like we're going to get there first, but no, it doesn't look like that happened. Neither port we got. And again, I'm not sure whether that's just a 75 versus a 50 thing, or whether maybe somebody was just a second too slow hitting attack, which does happen. So at this point, I'm sure we filled up the mother tower, and now it's time to prepare for what you want to do. I know in another video I pointed out that there are certain situations in which you might want to start planning for or running multiple rallies on the ports. This doesn't look like it's going to be one of those situations. In this situation, it certainly makes more sense to me to wait and make sure that we get Casterly Rock first before we decide to go after other buildings. Oh, now, interestingly, Evil Flow was able to take the far port. Okay, now let me jump ahead to where Casterly is. Coming any second now. And looks like we didn't get that either. Lord Oberyn has taken it. We've done a good, wow, look at that, 12.6 million. We've done a good job filling up the far port. Now we're arranging some rallies on the near port now. Got about 9 million power in that port. We only have 2. We're certainly going to need some more than that. Okay, here we go. Now, yeah, we're gathering up. Reminder that if you're not one of the rally leaders, just don't do anything. Just be patient and reinforce buildings. And for gosh sakes, the priority after reinforcing buildings is to join those rallies and fill them as much as possible. Real important, whether you do it through the group chat. I know a lot of alliances prefer to do it through Discord voice chat or something like that. Make sure you coordinate those rallies, because they have to hit kind of one after the other after the other. If you give the enemy time to reinforce, all of those rallies are just going to completely go to waste. So now that the rallies are sort of ready, skip ahead again a little bit here. Looks like one of them is coming in. I'm not sure about the others. They shouldn't be too far behind. So continue to reinforce. Here comes the first one. Right after it. Oh wow, that would seem like a pretty big hit. There were, oh yeah, they're down to 2.4 million power, and there's one more coming in from Hallandrim. A couple of seconds here, and that one takes it. Okay, so at least now we've got one more building to fill. I'm sending all my troops to fill it. 3,000 points behind now. It's almost time for the strongholds to skipping ahead to those really quickly. Okay, they got theirs, we got ours. So right now we've got both ports and they've got Casterly, so we're down by about 4,000 points, and we've got we've got a deficit of about 100 points per minute that we're losing. Let's see what happens with these rallies coming into our port. Okay, here they come. Yeah, we held. We did a good job filling that port. Down from about 12 million to a little less than 8 million power. Those were some big hits, but Evil Flow was able to hold that. Yeah, we've done a pretty good job filling it back up again. I'm not in the voice chat, but okay, we're going after the other stronghold. Okay, so finally She-Devil is able to take the other stronghold as we're closing the gap somewhat in terms of the score. But interestingly, we seem to have taken the lead. Just ever so slightly, we've taken the lead here. Yeah, probably with some good timely hits on their castles. Not much of a lead, and I don't know how long it's going to last. So we have gearing up for multiple rallies on Casterly, and it appears that, yeah, we've got lots of arrows going back and forth. Now here comes a do or die moment. We've got these multiple shots on Casterly, and let's see what they do. Only down by a couple of thousand now. If we were to get Casterly and hold it for a while, that's what we definitely need in order to turn the tide. To reinforce, and we've had no success. We do manage to take our outpost towards the end. Now we're down, got about 18 minutes left, and the deficit is at about 4,000. Going to be difficult for us. I'm just doing some quick math in my head, and now with the differential, we're up by 180 points per minute, but that's not going to be enough to close that gap with this amount of time. We would have to take at least one more building, the far outpost, I suppose, although that's going to be quite difficult. I think that seems pretty well defended. We have our strongholds attacking it, but doesn't look like it's going to do a whole lot of good. Rally's coming in on it. It did definitely weaken it. It's down to 2.5 million. It coming in. Oh, and that did work. That actually did work. We were able to take that building. So now, well, if we hold these buildings, we just might be able to pull this one out. 46,500 to 50,000, so that's a deficit of 3,500. And yeah, I mean, boy, it's going to be really, really, really close if we can hold the buildings that we have. We just might be able to pull this out. The deficit is starting to go down just a little bit. But for whatever reason, we don't seem to be closing the gap, and now we've lost the other outpost. So I think that's going to do it. There's not enough time now for us to... there's not enough time for us to make up the deficit at all. Taking some shots at the near outpost, but even if we were to get it, I don't think there's going to be enough time for us to make up points. Yeah, we do get it back. Crimson Blaze was able to get it back, which is good, but in 5 minutes, there's no way we will be able to make up that number of points. So it came down pretty close to the wire, but we do lose by about 2,000 points. Well played, DTK.